Hi everyone, it's Patty.
And Casey. I haven't had to go second before.
I know.
So that was I didn't know when to come in.
This is day 17.
Let's go 17 and 18.
17 and 18.
We'll have a day off tomorrow.
Yeah, so this is day 17 and 18. And we just wanted to talk about how we felt or what happened after our last video. So it was pretty tough on my love after that video. So we're just going to talk about how it affected us.
I think for me, obviously that was like that is like my number one traumatic experience growing up. That's like when my uncle said you have something that you need to let go of or you need to talk about. That was it. And I think if there was like a word that's like more traumatic than traumatic, that would be it. So what happened on Saturday is when I was talking with my auntie, I had this this kind of push or this kind of feeling of wanting to make that video, our 14, 15, 16, our last video anyway. I had this push of wanting to make that video, and after I jumped off the phone call with my auntie, I let Pat know like I'm ready to do this video. But from that point, as soon as that point hit, I felt myself starting to go into a depressed mode because I knew what was coming. I legit just got triggered.
As soon as we stopped the video.
I got triggered as soon as I told you that I wanted to make that video. And
that's true.
As soon as it was like late at night, so I think it was going on like 10 o'clock, and I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep properly. I felt sick. I was tossing and turning every like 10 minutes.
Talking in your sleep?
I didn't know I was talking in my sleep.
Very
but
much.
and I started to feel sick, and then came to the next day. And did we do the video before we went for a ride? Come to the next day, I was like, I woke up like I was hungover. And when I get hungover, it's just like I don't want to do anything. I got a headache, but I'm not going to eat and I'm not going to drink anything because I've just got a headache and I know that it's a headache and I just want to sleep and I don't know what I want to do. I just want to relax. Like all of these things we're going through my mind, eh? And we ended up going out because we usually go out Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and we were about to go out. We're just like, we'll just go somewhere. And then I knew that once we jumped in the car, because we always do our videos in our car, that we were going to start the video. So I was like feeling sick. We jumped in the car, we did the video, and then after that it felt like a little bit of weight was lifted off my shoulders, which was good. It was nice. But I then had the anxiety of posting this video and then having my family, my friends, Patty's family watch it. So I was just like, fuck, like I made myself vulnerable at that point, and I felt vulnerable. But because we had just talked about what I had gone through, it automatically took my mind back to being that 14-year-old girl at that house going through it again. And it didn't just last there. Like, it didn't just happen and then that was it. Like, in that story, I said that I moved back with my mum. She lived in Hamilton. But then other things happened after that that didn't help the situation, because I didn't tell anyone there. But it didn't help the situation. So, you imagine 14 years old, you get raped, you run away, you go to your mum's house, who was supposed to be like a safe place to be, but it ended up like it wasn't. Like I remember I had to like go to a different school where I think it was like really racist. Like people didn't like me because I was like black or Māori, and the Māoris didn't like me. Well, they did, but they didn't understand me because I didn't really speak the language or anything. So I didn't fit in there. I dropped out of school. I found some mates. We would like drink, party, and stuff like that. And I'm still 14, going on to 15. I have to stay home, watch my little brothers, and then I have to get a job. So 16, I was like working, and so all of these things like started piling up on each other that I didn't quite understand. So all of those feelings started coming, like flooding back to me yesterday. On top of that, I remember at that time you go into that like deepest depression that I was cutting, and I was like self-harming. And I also tried to commit suicide at that age too, being young. And so because we talked about it last night, all of those things were like, all of those emotions and stuff like that were flooding back. And we go out yesterday, we come back, and I legit just stayed in my room and I slept. But this wasn't a proper sleep. I was like tossing and turning, couldn't do anything. I wasn't eating. We ate while we were out. I was fucking thirsty as hell, but I still didn't get up and get me something. I just like sat in my room. The door was open and there's a bit of light, but you know me, when I'm happy, it's all open. Everything's all the windows are up. Everything is like nice, clean and tidy. But last night I couldn't even clean the room. I was just like lying in my depression, and that's what it does, and that's what it did. Feeling all of those emotions again took me back to that little kid, 14 years old, 15 years old, going through heaps of stuff, and it sucked as hell. Anyway, I had a big sleep last night and then woke up today. And if you can just kind of describe what I was like today before I went to work, before I had my shower, what kind of person was I, whether I was like motivated to do something, because you know every Monday we decide that we want to go out. But compare me to like every other Monday leading up to this Monday, because every Monday we made us like a work-life balance kind of thing, that every Saturday we'll do something with our whānau, whether it's our whānau that we live with, or we'll go see my brother or something like that. And then every Monday is a day for us. We'll go find something or somewhere that we haven't been before. So kind of I want you to describe what I was like this morning, knowing that Monday was our day, that we had to go out, we had to go and do something.
Yeah, so usually we wake up and Casey's like always the first one up. Everything's wide open before I even wake up. And she's always like on my ass all the time, like, come on, let's get up. Up we get, let's go have breakfast, let's go have a shower. And then I turn over and she's still lying next to me, and I'm just like, oh, someone's tired. That's all I think straight away, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. Anyway, I'm playing on my phone, and then, but I feel like you're a bit up and down today. Like you're motivated, and then the next minute you're like not.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, let's just lie down. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So we'll lie down, and then you'll be like, all right, should we go for a walk? And they'll be like, okay. And then you'll be like, 1 minute later you'll lie back down, and then you'll just lie there, and I'm just like, okay, all right, maybe not. Up and down all day. You're like, all right, I'm gonna go have a shower, we'll go do something, and then I'll turn around and you're like you're lying back down, and I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on? Maybe she's just tired, maybe she's just emotional today, I don't know, but whatever. And I'm like cleaning, doing our washing, and I'm like walking past her, and I'm like staring at her.
And usually like, I'll come and help you, like, you know, when you have to go do the washing, like I'll come down and I'll be the guy that gives you the t-shirt and the pigs, and then you like, and we have a good old chat, like, you know what I mean? And by this time I was just like, I couldn't even get up.
Even when I had to walk past you to go onto the balcony, you're still like just so I'm just looking at it like, but in my mind, I mean, I should have known, but I was like, she's pretty tired today. Maybe it was just a bit rough yesterday because after the video you were like exhausted.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even keep your eyes open. So I was like, maybe yesterday was a bit crazy. Oh, maybe not. Maybe she's just tired.
But that was like what I was like feeling like. You know, all of our other videos when we've talked about trauma and knowing different emotions at different ages.
Yeah.
I think because I've been through a lot and it's happened like all the time. As soon as something happens that reminds me of it, like a trigger happens that reminds me of it, will take me all the way back to being that vulnerable little kid. You know what I mean? And sometimes we'll have like an argue or something, or a conversation.
Conversation.
And it could be like one little thing that you would say, but it would set me off because it happened to me back when I was a kid, and I'll blow this big
and it's got nothing to do with that.
And it's got nothing to do with you,
right
like, you know what I mean? But I just blow it all out of proportion. And I'm just like, but you said you're gonna pick me up at 3 p.m. and it's 4:30 p.m. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it takes me back to being that little kid that got left by her mom, or it takes me back to, you know, something else that happened or whatever. And so I was like deep in that today, and I was just like sad. Didn't know. I wanted to be motivated because I knew Monday was our day, but I was already in my depression that I couldn't even think about getting up.
Yeah.
But I know that my mind wanted me to get up. But my mind isn't strong. Like, my mind isn't strong like yours. Would be like, fuck it, like, I'm fucking getting it. Like, sometimes it can be just a little kid, you know. And so what happened is I was already in that. I had to get ready and go to mahi, and I started work at 4:00 in the afternoon, so it went on for the whole afternoon. And I haven't even posted that video. You know what I mean? I hadn't even posted the video because we had uploaded it to Facebook or to YouTube, but we hadn't posted it on Facebook. And that's what was like digging me. Like, it was like digging, whatever that word is. But it was like I couldn't even post it, and I didn't want to post it. I was scared of what people were going to say. I was scared of what my family were going to say. I was scared of what Patty's family was going to think. Like, anxiety stepped in. So I didn't just have depression, but I started to get anxiety. I'm like, fuck, what is everyone going to think of me?
Yeah.
I went for a shower. I was still sad. I went for a shower, I think at like about 3:00, and I was in the shower, and the thing that snapped me out of it was, I remember when I was younger and that happened to me, I remember having suicidal thoughts. And when I was in the shower, I had a suicidal thought. And I was just like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you up to? You're like cracking it now. Like, you don't even need to go back to that 14-year-old child and take that anymore. Like, it's gone to how many years now? 18 years since that happened. You are stronger than this. You don't even have to think about suicide anymore. And I was just like in the shower, and I was just like, no, I need to let Patty know. So I got out of the shower, I got changed, I got dried, then got changed.
I get it.
And then I come out of the shower, and I'm just like, can you shut the door? And so she goes, shut the door, and I just sit down, and I was just like, look, I need to tell you this. And then she's just like, what? And I was like, the last couple of days I've gone back into depression with the video and that we just did, and I have been feeling depressed. And I was like, and I need you to help me. I need you to, when I tell you I'm tired, I am not tired. I want to go out. Make me go out.
Make me go out.
And she's just like, oh, okay. And I was like, and if I tell you that I don't want to go over there, fucking take me there. Because it's not me talking, it's my depression talking. I want to go out and I want to do something. I want to go for a walk, because I've been talking about going for a walk for ages. I want to go for a walk. Like, I want to go and I want to go see something else. So when I tell you, don't tell me, or don't take me, or don't do this to me,
just do it.
Do it. Make me do it. And I was like, because I'm in a depressive state right now. I was in the shower and I thought about suicide, but it wasn't me that wanted to commit suicide here at 32. It wasn't me. It was my 14-year-old self me that wanted to do that. But, like, I wish my 14-year-old self could just be like, but she's strong, like, you know what I mean? And she is, because she made it this far. Yeah, and then after that, we were driving to work. I had to get a burger because I was a little bit hungry. And
what's your comfort food?
Yeah, my comfort food. I was just like, I need to go give me some comfort food. Anyway, I had me a burger. And then Pat said to me, oh, do you want to take the day off? And I said, fuck that. If I take the day off, my depression wins. If I take the day off today, my anxiety wins.
Very proud of you.
And if I take the day off today, my suicidal thoughts win. And I am going to make a promise to my 14-year-old self me that I'll never ever let that happen again. I'll never ever let depression, anxiety and suicidal thoughts take over ever again and put me into that state. I know that the video is going to be a shock for a lot of people, and it already has, and but there have already been a few people that have gotten a hold of me and then gotten a hold of Patrice and I and have said thank you, because and it's so sad, but one was just like, I love that you are strong enough to do that, because when that happened to me, I couldn't do that. And you telling your story, it has made me in some weird way let my story out through you. So there's no way that I would like want to take it down or anything like that. It is what it is. If I had the chance to talk to the person that did that to me, I would like legit. And I think when I was 16, I heard that his partner was pregnant. So he had turned 18 and his partner was pregnant. I think they already had another kid. And so if I was to see him now, today, right here, I think the only thing that I would say to him would be, I hope and I wish and I pray that no one does something like that to his children, to his daughter, that no one puts his daughter in a position like that ever again, to feel like that. And that's the one thing that's the only thing that I'll say to him. If this ever goes viral and he ends up going up like, hey, I fucking know this chick, and if he sees this, like, that's all I wish upon him. It's just I hope he didn't do it to anyone else, and I hope nothing like that happens to any of his children. And that's it. That's all I gotta say about that. But no, I went to work. I went to work. I fucking smashed it. I stayed the whole time, by the way, Shamil Panui. I stayed the whole time.
I wasn't messaging
anyone to pick me up early because I didn't have a break or nothing. Once I got to work. When you had a break? Yeah. Once I got to work, I was just like surrounding myself with like these people that don't even know me, and I could go out and I could be the class clown, like what I usually am, and it was fun and it was good. But yeah, I think tomorrow I'm gonna have a day off.
Have a day off.
We're gonna go for a swim with it. I'm gonna go for a swim in the morning, and yeah. But we're gonna have a day off of our videos and come back on day 19.
Yeah, but she looks good though, guys. She looks great.
Yeah, we were actually talking on the way here, and Patty had said like, oh yeah, so like someone had said, why do they keep on putting up videos if it's just gonna make them sad? Because they do see us get a little bit sad. And the thing is, these videos for me is like legit a release. It's really therapeutic, and even videos and messages and stuff that we get from our family and friends, to say like, I fucking love that because I went through that, and kudos. They didn't say kudos, but kudos for like coming out and having a voice, because you've been able to say that. And although I'm only telling you, like, this is them to me, although I'm only telling you my story and what I went through, that's more than what I've told someone in the past 40 years. This person held on to it. And so for me, like, I would do it all again. I would do it all again. Yeah, but definitely better today.
Way better today.
Anyone that goes through depression or anxiety, that's what I did today, or over the past couple of days, to just try and get over it, to try and make it my little bitch.
But you did so good. Like, even just telling me today was totally like different. Like, you just nipped it straight in there, bud.
But when I realised that that's what it was, and I could shed some light on it and look at it for what it was, I was just like, yeah, I already know that's happening. Fuck that. And then straight away my mindset changed, and I was just like, let's get it. And so, yeah, that's just a little tip.
I loved it. Yeah.
You got anything to say?
She takes the words right out of my mouth.
Pardon me. That was out of your mouth, by the way. There, Brooke. Alright.
What is this one called?
I don't know. Alright, bye. Love yous.
Bye.